Hello students, in the previous video we have studied about monohybrid cross. Monohybrid cross means when only one pair of contrasting character is chosen. In the present video we are going to study about the dihybrid cross and the law of independent assortment. Dihybrid cross means a cross between two plants having two pairs of contrasting characters. The contrasting traits chosen by Mendel was color and shape of the seed, and these were round yellow and wrinkled green. If we once revise what we have done in monohybrid cross with a tall and a dwarf plant, the same experiment we can perform with the help of round and wrinkled seeds and yellow and green seeds. Now, if we will be performing the experiment taking the round and the wrinkled seeds, then in F1 generation we will be getting all the seeds which will be round, and in the F2 generation we will be getting the round and wrinkle in 3:1 ratio. Similarly, if the experiment is performed with yellow and green seeds, in F1 generation we will be having all the seeds which will be yellow, and in F2 generation we will be having the seeds in 3:1 ratio as yellow and green. So this will show that the round is dominant over wrinkle and the yellow color is dominant over the green one. Thus, for the dihybrid cross, two contrasting traits are chosen by Mendel, and they were shape and color of the seeds, and these were round and yellow and wrinkled and green. Thus, this involves inheritance of two pairs of contrasting characters, the round yellow and the wrinkled green. Every seed will either be round or yellow, or it will be wrinkled and green. These are pure bred pea plants with round yellow seeds and purebred pea plants with wrinkled green seeds. The pure breeding genotypes have similar genes. Thus, for round yellow we have capital R, capital R, capital Y, capital Y, and for wrinkled green we have small r and small y. When these two plants were crossbred with one another, then in F1 generation we will be getting all the seeds which will be round and yellow. Now, the F1 generation shows that all the seeds are round and yellow because the round and the yellow are the dominant characters. Now, if we see the gametes which are produced by the round yellow seeds and the gametes which are produced by the wrinkled green seeds. So, the gametes which will be produced here will be capital R, capital Y, and the gametes which will be produced here are small r and small y. The round yellow seeds are crossbred with the wrinkled green seeds, and this is what we will understand with the help of the Punnett square. With the help of this Punnett square, we will be writing the gametes which are produced like capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, and the other plant the small r, small y, and the small r, small y. The Punnett square is having the two rows and two columns. If they will be crossbred with one another, then they will be producing the offspring as capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. These two will also be producing capital R, small r, and capital Y, small y, and all will be having the same genotype, that is capital R, small r, and capital Y, small y. Thus, Mendel got all round and yellow seeds in F1 generation, as the round and the yellow were the dominant characters. Then these two plants from the F1 generation, they were crossbred with one another to get the F2 generation. In F1 generation, only the round and the yellow color were seen. The wrinkled and the green character was not seen in F1 generation. But in F2 generation, we were having 4 different combinations, that is round yellow, round green, wrinkled yellow and wrinkled green. Now, the genotypes which will be produced when we will be crossbreeding the F1 generation, the gametes which are produced are capital R, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y and small r, small y. That is, we are crossbreeding the two and we will be getting the F2 generation, which we will understand with the help of the Punnett square. Now, if we will be writing these gametes, the square will be having here 4 rows and 4 columns, and we will be writing the gametes like capital R, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small r, small y. Similarly, we will be writing it here also, capital R, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y and small r, small y. And when we will be fusing these two, the combination that we will be getting will be capital R and capital Y. In the second cell, we will be getting capital R and capital Y, small y. In the third cell, we will be getting capital R and capital Y, small y. In the fourth one, we will be getting capital R, capital Y, small y. In the similar way, we will be fusing these two and we will be writing it here in this cell, a capital R and capital Y, small y. In the next one, we will be writing capital R, small y, and in this way, we will be completing the whole of the Punnett square and we will be getting the combinations by fusing the gametes which are being produced. Now, these are showing the genotypes that we will be getting in the F2 generation in the dihybrid cross. Only the combinations which we will be getting, now we will be drawing this Punnett square and we will be getting all the combinations which will be produced. Now, the round and the yellow seeds which will be produced here, it means that it should have at least one capital R and one capital Y. So, in the first row we can see all the genotypes are showing the capital R and the capital Y, thus they all are round and yellow. In the second row we can see the first cell and the third cell, they are having the capital R as well as capital Y, so they will also be round and yellow. In the third row, the first and the second cell, they are having capital R and capital Y, so they will also be round and yellow. In the last row, only the first cell is having a capital R as well as a capital Y, so it will also be round and yellow. So, it will be counting all these round and yellow seeds. We will be having total 9 which will be round and yellow seeds. Now, if we count the number of round and green, the round and green will be produced by the genotypes where at least we will be having one capital R and both the small y's. So, we can see that in the first row we are not having any of that which is having both the small y's, but in the second row we are having in the second cell and the fourth cell the capital R and both the small y's. So, that is what will be round and green seeds. In the third one we are having none of the seeds which are round and green, and in the fourth one the second cell is having the small y and along with that one capital R. So, we will be having those as round and green seeds. Now, if we count the number of wrinkled and yellow seeds, so in the first and the second we are having none of the wrinkled and yellow one, but in the third one we are having the third and the fourth cell which are having both the small r's, that will be giving wrinkled, and at least one of the capital Y which will be giving the yellow. So, we are having wrinkled yellow and wrinkled yellow here, and the last one here also we will be having the wrinkled yellow one. So, if we will be counting them, so we will be having total 3 seeds which will be wrinkled and yellow seeds. Now, if we see wrinkled and green seed, the wrinkled and green seed will be produced only where we will be having both the r's which will be small and both the y which will be small. So, we can see in the last one we are having both small r and small y. So, that is what is only one which will be wrinkled and green. And if we see the total genotypic ratio, that is what will be 9:3:3:1. Though the two pair of contrasting characters are combined in the F1 generation, but they behave separately in the subsequent generation. So, this is what we can see with the help of this colored Punnett square, that we are having 4 type of the combinations, that is round and yellow seeds, wrinkled and yellow seeds, round and green seeds, and wrinkled and green seeds. In the F2 generation, we are having the ratio as 9:3:3:1. On the basis of this ratio, the second law of inheritance was formulated, which states that inheritance of more than one pair of characteristics in a cross simultaneously, the factors which are responsible for each trait are distributed independently to the gametes. In our experiment, we have seen neither shape affect color nor color affects the shape. So, by dihybrid cross, this law of independent assortment of the gametes is being explained. Thank you.